When I was 17, 18 years old, I was in my 18, 19 years old. Um, I remember, I was walking along. I was seeing a girl at the time, and her best friend. I feel like she was a year or two older, so I kind of looked up to her. I was a little intimidated by her. She's a cool chick. She's a little tough chick, and she also dated a guy from a tougher neighborhood. And I remember one day going up, and she lived next door, or two. She lived close by to the girl I was seeing. And when I went there, she was crying hysterically on the porch. And when she was crying hysterically, it was terrible to see her in such pain, and the fact that she couldn't snap out of where she was. And I remember going up. I said, "What happened?" And she said, "My boyfriend that I've been seeing since I'm 14. We've been together 6 years, and we were gonna marry each other and go away. He just broke up with me, and this is the worst day of my life, and I don't know if I can keep going on, and this is the worst." And she, before this, every time I come over, she'd make me do multiple characters to make her laugh. She'd go, "Jim, do grandma." And I don't know, I'd do this old lady voice, like, "Grandma wanted to know if you'd like some cookies that she did," whatever it was. It was something like that. Um, and I would do all these different characters. I was a teenager. I'd pretend there were twins in my belly, and I fight, and my face come up. And I was doing this long before I ever saw her. People doing that, and whatever. I just want to make her laugh. And she'd always ask to come over here and make me laugh. And that was a good feeling. So on this day, I said, "It's not as bad as you think it is." She's like, "No, you don't understand. It's horrible." And I'm like, "No, it's not as bad as you think." And she was, "No, you know." I said, "I think you need to talk to grandma." And she went, "No, no, not it." I went, "No, I think you need to talk to grandma." And she's like, "It's not even, no." She got mad. And I started walking away up the walkway, and I stopped, and I turned around, and I went into character, the grandma. And within, I don't know, within a couple minutes, she was howling with laughter. Howling with laughter. It felt so good to take her out of such pain, where she clearly was going to be absorbed with this for so long, and be able to divert her attention into laughing. That's the beginning of healing. Some people, I remember some bananas try to, "Oh, Jim Breuer talking about laughter's healing." Those are people that have no spirit of faith. Those are takers. Those are takers. You're either a giver or you're a taker. That's what our lives have to start being. You're either going to give love, or you're going to take. I give you my work every day. I give you my trust every day. I give you my life every day. And they take our taxes, and they take our children, and they take our lives. They take, we give, they take. And that moment of time, she looked up to me, and I'll never forget this. And she looked at me weird, almost like she saw a ghost. And I should try to get her on this podcast. I got to try to get her on this podcast to talk about this moment, and because this is my perspective. And her eyes went wide. She's like, "Get away, dude, get away from me. That is weird. You brought me out of the worst, like I'm not supposed to be laughing. I'm not supposed to be giddy. And she was giddy and laughing and things are going to be okay. And she was freaked out. And she looked at me, she's like, whoa. And that is a moment. I had one of those moments like, oh, I realized this is a gift. This is a gift. Making people laugh is a gift. But this is even deeper. And this comes, for me, this comes from somewhere else. This comes from a deeper place. This is God. And I'm able to put your worst day and make you laugh. That's a beautiful gift. Such a beautiful gift. I'm so blessed for that. That's a freaking blessing. And then I started thinking, everyone has a gift. Some people, it's the gift of the way they help, or the way they garden, the way they draw, the way they journal. I have a daughter that's an incredible writer. She's so creative, and her voice is just it's heavenly. And I tell her, you have a gift. I don't know if she sees it yet. I see it. She has a gift. I see people every day in life, and I see the beauty that they have to offer. They have all different gifts. You have a gift, but you can't compare it to, well, I'm not a musician. I'm not an actor. I'm not a comedian. I'm not a CEO. That doesn't mean you don't have a beautiful gift. And those gifts are inside us, and they're beautiful, man. And we can start giving it to others. We can start. And you know what blew my mind? I started recording some of this, okay, about a gift and all that jazz. And 2 days later, now, yes, do our phones listen to us? Probably 100% yes. Because we all have the story of saying, I was talking about apples, and next thing you know, apples kept coming up. Well, on my recording device on my phone, I didn't talk this into the phone. I was on a recording device it's an app. And when I recorded this message about the gift, and maybe while people are waiting for whoever's coming to save us, because it says right here, these are all the lists that have been checking off, and I'm telling you right now, he's coming back. I don't know the date, but it seems like this is the date. Well, while you're waiting, maybe that boat's inside you. All you gotta do is wake it up. You gotta shed the skin of all the material wants, your ego wants, your self-righteousness wants, your greed wants, your lust wants, your insecurities want, your fear wants. So yesterday, I get this in my feed after talking about what I just talked about 3 days earlier. Mike, play that video of that woman. I hope she's cool with me playing it. I have no clue who this is.
It's all hands on deck time, which means as artists, it's time. It's time for us to do all the things that we came here to do. We all know the world's a mess. We all know that there is an epic amount of suffering. We can hear how the world is calling out in pain. And as artists, we are here
She gets interrupted.
to use our gifts. It's the calling. It's the calling to use our gifts. To use our gifts, whether they're for comedy to uplift, whether they're for drama to bring us into the heart of the things we want to avoid feeling, whether it is to educate or create spaces of catharsis, it's time. It's time that we all bring our gifts to the world because they're in need. And that, I believe, means that we do the inner work to support and encourage ourselves as we learn how to bring our gifts forward, which means that we change the reason why we're doing it. So it's no longer to feed the small self or the ego to get validated by the world.
Exactly.
It's because the world actually so needs the gifts that you have spent your life honing and shaping, the craft that you practice.
Yes.
It's needed.
It's needed.
The world needs you more than you need the world's validation.
Well said. The world needs you right now more than you need the world's validation. Do you need your mom's validation? Do you need your neighbor's validation? Do you need your favorite coworker and everyone in your industry? The minute I could care less about anyone in my industry and I get back to the roots where God gave me the gift, and the gift is to give to people, to heal, to make them laugh, to lift their spirits up. That is a gift. That is my calling. You have a calling. You may not have my voice, but you may have it in the back of FedEx. You're a FedEx guy. You're an airline. You're a pilot. You're a doctor. Wherever you are, it's time.
Check out the Breuniverse every Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. If you can't wait till then, sign up for Patreon and get it a day early, along with other exclusive content.